Alright, let's get weird for a second. Did you know that every living thing, people, plants, even bacteria, gently glows with a faint light? I'm not talking about some sci-fi aura or spiritual energy. I'm talking about real, science-measured, ultra-weak photon emissions. Yeah, biophotons. Let's break this down. Researchers from the University of Calgary and the National Research Council of Canada just published a wild study. They wanted to know, is there a physical glow that disappears when life ends? So picture this. They put 4 mice in a pitch-black box. First, they watched the mice while they were alive, using super-sensitive cameras, the kind that can pick up even a single photon. Then, sadly, they euthanized the mice, but kept their bodies at the same temperature to make sure heat wasn't a factor. They kept filming. What did they see? A big drop in the number of photons, the actual light, coming off the mice after death. But here's where it gets even more interesting. They ran a similar experiment with plant leaves, thale cress, and dwarf umbrella tree. The same thing happened. Living leaves glowed, dead leaves didn't. So what's actually causing this faint living light show? It's all about stress, cellular stress to be exact. When our cells are under stress, think heat, toxins, physical injury, they create unstable molecules called reactive oxygen species, or ROS. These ROS interact with fats and proteins in our cells, bumping their electrons up to higher energy levels. When those electrons drop back down, they release tiny flashes of light, biophotons. They even tested this by stressing out the leaves, cutting or chemically damaging them, and found that the hurt parts glowed even brighter. So more stress, more light. Here's where it gets sci-fi again. Scientists have known that living cells can emit light between 200 and 1,000 nanometers for decades. But this is the first time anyone's measured it in whole living organisms. Real-time, full-body biophoton emissions. So what's the big deal? Well, imagine if we could use this phenomenon as a non-invasive health check. In the future, we might be able to use sensitive cameras to remotely monitor the health of crops, animal herds, maybe even ourselves, just by measuring how much we glow. This research, led by physicist Vahid Salari, was published in the Journal of Physical Chemistry Letters. It's a small glimpse into the invisible world happening inside us all the time. A living light show, quietly flickering on, until the very end. So next time you're in the dark, remember, you're shining, even if nobody can see it.